you don't know me. Is it
Lakini ulikuwa na socialite sometimes.
Wait, check it. Check it. Ulinichapa kwa sababu sikuona ulinipanga.
No, I didn't. You know, I don't know. I didn't know her. So I don't get into issues which I didn't know.
Karibu sana on the show.
Asante sana, bro.
How do you feel first of all? Now that you're emotional.
It is too much. I miss my previous life.
But I mean, were you not prepared for this, sir?
No, you don't know. You think it's just getting into politics. Nini, utakula salary, utafanya kazi. You think politicians are the laziest people in that. Ukitoka hapa, sometimes you get to the shopping centers, you get vijana wanakungoja.
It's crazy.
And also when you do one thing, one section of the society interprets it differently, another section interprets it in a good way.
Now that you've mentioned that part,
yes.
let's start chewing the bone from the back.
Yes.
Almost 43, 46 clubs around your constituency at most.
Yes.
The likes of Bar Next Door, the likes of Empire, all of those clubs.
Yes.
They are under threat to be closed down.
Yes.
And the notion is that Robert Alai, the MC Kileleshwa,
yes.
is the one behind the closure or the threat to close these clubs. Is it true? Is it true, sir?
No. You know, I love clubbing. I drink. I love clubbing.
You do?
Yeah, I love clubbing. I like good music. I'm a hip hop head.
So, I can tell that.
So I would be the last person to close clubs. But the problem is, if the residents are complaining that you're making noise to them, what am I supposed to do? These are the people who elected me. The people running the clubs and the people working in the clubs are very few. The people enjoying the fruits of the club might be very few. But the people who elected me are also many. But also they have a very valid plea. Because, in fact, you're not supposed to license clubs inside residential areas.
Right.
The clubs are supposed to be limited to shopping centers.
Right.
That's the Nairobi Physical Planning Act.
Yes.
Yes, you're supposed to limit clubs, the shopping center. So Westlands Shopping Center is where? Woodville Grove, Havana.
Oh, yeah, from,
yes.
It's coming down.
Yes. Kileleshwa Shopping Center, Lavington, the same.
Where is Kileleshwa Shopping Center?
You know the shopping center in Kileleshwa, you guys grew so fast. In fact, I think your shopping center, you assume it's Kasuku Center. But it's not.
So where is it?
I like the way you said we grew up so fast.
Kileleshwa grew after the opening of the Loitoktok. At some point, Kileleshwa was not growing. Because that area of Loitoktok, there was a slum there.
Yes.
Remember when people were removed and they went to Kawangware?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So when the place was opened up, it grew so fast. Because Kileleshwa was a low-density area. Most of them was bungalows and a few maishanettes. But the buildings which are being licensed, you're not supposed to build higher than 4 floors. Now you have 20 floors in Kileleshwa.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't want to blame the Chinese, but I think there's been a lot of that.
The Chinese is crazy, even the Chinese, because the Chinese are building to sell and leave the country. I love our Somali brothers because the Somali brothers want standards. But the Chinese are building. Actually, the standards of the houses built by the Chinese is in question.
It's in question.
Yeah, it's in question.
So before we get to the housing matters,
yes.
Because I really want to, I have a lot of club owners who are watching, who are my friends,
Yes.
and they really wanted to get,
there.
and of course now him as a
It
has
would
a
be
DJ.
because of my
Then me,
DJ.
and me won't lie to you as well. I'm a frequent frequenter of let's Bar Next Door. I love Bar Next Door for some weird reason.
Yes.
So has the issue been resolved?
It has not been resolved, but I hope that it would be, because I don't want to see anybody lose their job because of me.
All right.
I also don't want anybody to close their business, because I want these people to get wealthier. I want these people to make money. I want people to get employment. I want people to have fun.
Yes, sir.
I also don't want to go far. I want to have the minimum staggering distance, like they say. The problem.
It'd be so funny looking at Alai. Yes, sir.
The challenge is the vice economy, when they were pushed away from the CBD. You remember when most of them were around the Jamia?
Yes, the likes of Tribeca, the Zoras.
Yes, they were all around Jamia.
Steps, yes.
Yes, I think then our Muslim brothers and sisters just decided to buy everything around there. So they are now in residential areas. But I'm very happy with the fact that the governor is proposing that we create the districts, previous districts. So these districts are going to call boroughs, like in New York. So these boroughs, you have entertainment districts on them. Like, let's say CBD, we say that Koinange Street Yote, you cannot license any other thing there apart from entertainment joints.
All right. Why Koinange, but it's okay.
Then Baricho Road, where we used to have choices.
Yes.
You know, up around Havana, give it all entertainment district. Then you tell residential areas that, you know, the residential areas around that place, maybe we make them commercial. Yeah?
Actually makes sense.
Yes. So that you create a buffer, because the challenge, noise is not the problem. In fact, noise is the small problem in this whole conversation. The big problem is the hard drugs. The vice economy comes with cocaine, heroin, you see, the prostitution. You know, now you sit in the balcony of your house, you bought a very nice apartment, 30 million, 40 million, but you can't live in it. You have your daughters, your sisters and brothers there, but you can't live with them.
But you're scared of their sanity.
Yes, and also, you know, just 2 weeks ago, my friend's wife was giving birth, and they called an ambulance because it was too late. Then she had to give birth in the house because the ambulance couldn't access the residence, mark apartments. You know, I tell them it's very painful to see some of these things happening. And these guys have cried. When we did the crackdown last weekend, it scared me to get a message from a Supreme Court judge. It scared me to get a message from 2 courts of appeal judges. It scared me to get from 2 cabinet secretaries appreciating what I've done.
Oh. But they have been in power. I mean, I would think they're equally or more than powerful.
They're in power, but they're powerless. Because nobody is able to confront them to tell them that, guys, can you just have sanity? You have 12,500 joints in Nairobi, bars and restaurants. It is not all of them who misbehave. There are less than 100 who misbehave. 12,500, 12,000 are okay.
So, Mwesh, who is the problem?
The problem is the licensor. The problem is also the bar owners. You know, you need to, if you're going to license these things, you know, they license it without the residents participating. You don't ask them, you know, if Feneke is staying in this area, can you call a neighborhood meeting and say that we are licensing such and such a thing? It's going to affect your traffic flow. It's going to affect your noise levels here. Because the noise is another thing. The other thing is vibration. You can shut down the noise. But as long as the vibration gets out.
I mean, there's not much
because
about it.
the wattage in some of these music systems.
Na ikiwekwa soundproof kabisa.
Iwekwe soundproof. The problem is,
soundproof, there is no
how will you
problem.
soundproof the miniskirts?
Ladies and gentlemen, don't forget tonight we are hosting the one and only Mheshimiwa Robert Alai Kileleshwa. Yes.
Whether she's a resident. No, she's of Kileleshwa. You know, so.
Yes, even Bibi niko border. Ladies and gentlemen, when we come back, the question is as we go on a break. Hata kama tunaweka soundproof, tutaweka soundproof kwa miniskirt. We'll be back after a short break. Don't forget tonight. Wapi makofi.